start off with Everton. Sean Dyche speaking on camera for the first time since his club were handed a 10-point deduction a week ago. Dyche said that he was shocked by the ruling, but otherwise it was a measured news conference from the Everton boss, and he says the decision hasn't changed his focus at all.
Well, certainly everyone in these parts was shocked, and seemingly the wave of noise after that seemed like most people in football, around football, are shocked. The enormity of it, disproportionate, is a word that's been used by the club, and so obviously we're going to feel a bit aggrieved by that. On the other hand, it doesn't change the focus. The focus since I got here has been sorting things out on the pitch, getting the team to win, getting the team to feel different, the performances to be different, and we were obviously on the right lines for that, and delivering strong performances, I felt, and then this has just given us a push backwards to then come forwards again. That's the job hasn't changed for me. It's just made it more difficult in the current circumstances until the appeal, of course.
What impact then does it have on the mood in the dressing room, particularly as you've taken those steps that you're speaking of?
Well, I spoke to the group and I said, look, the league table is one thing, but I don't change my story very often. At the end of the day, I've always believed that the final league table was the truth of the season. So I'm not going to change that now. I said, look, lads, it's for sure it changed the viewpoint, but it doesn't change what we're doing. In fact, it enhances what we're doing. It just means we've got to go harder for longer and stronger, play stronger. So they're the rules of football. This is what it is. So it's been more about refocus than anything. It is what it is. Let's get on with it type thing. So I think that's been the clear message from me to the players and from them to each other is let's take it on. Let's take on the next challenge. There's been plenty of them since I've been here. I don't know every inch of what went on in the past. I don't know every inch of the commission and why they've come out what they've come out with. But I certainly believe in what the club put forward. The fact that it's disproportionate feels like it's unjust, and I think there's plenty of voices out there who feel the same. That said, what's done is done for now. Obviously, appeal pending. So therefore, we have to get on with it. Regarding the crowd, I've said all along they've been terrific since I got here. Through the ups and downs, the ins and outs, they stay resolute. They stay behind the team, and I think it'll only enhance that. I think they'll feel it's been unjust, I feel, and I think they'll be ready to deliver as well as we do.
One phrase that's been used by fans is us against the world now. Is that the sort of feeling internally as well?
I don't think it's an internal thing. I think that should be the mentality anyway. I understand why fans are, but I think from our point of view, I've been searching for that mentality regardless, of this situation. I've been searching for that inner belief system within a group of players that we take everything on regardless of the noise around us. And I think we've, like I said, when I got here, there was lots of noise for different reasons around this club. And I think we've done well to calm that, but also through performances on the pitch, re-galvanise a group of fans with the players. I think that's got to continue. But I think I want that mentality anyway. You don't just want it in adversity. You want it when the going's good, for example. You want the real bond of a group to be true to what it is, and I think we're beginning to show signs that we've got that, and I think that's important, but we've got to keep going, we've got to keep enhancing on it, and if the fans want to get involved with that because of what's happened, then that can only be good news in a bad situation.
With the points penalty, are you now in a relegation fight?
I don't think it's changed at the moment. The fact is it's still relatively early in the season where it's a season's work. We're going along very well, we've got good points on the table, we probably should arguably have more. That doesn't change the mindset. It doesn't change what we're looking to do as a group. The league table is one thing, but I've said I can't change my rules. I don't stare at it every week anyway. So therefore, the one at the end of the season is the most important. We've still got lots to do, lots of games to play, lots of football in front of us, and I think a very good side that can be effective at this level. So that's what we want to do. We want to keep affecting games. Take away the noise. We've had to do it endlessly since I've been here, is keep pushing away the noise around this football club. And bizarrely, just when we were talking about football, Andy actually remarked on it, the last press conference before Pally said, that's one of the first times we've done just about football. And lo and behold, while I was away, we get a 10-point deficit. So what do you do? Just keep taking it on.
All right, let's go live to Vinny O'Connor, who was in that news conference. So, Vinny, a little bit of humour there, and as you might imagine, the mood pretty defiant from Sean Dyche.
Yeah, there was a bit of humour throughout, to be fair, from Sean Dyche. I thought he actually struck the right kind of note in that news conference today, because he was calm, he was measured. It's probably what Everton need in this situation as well, because the focus has been very much on winning games and the form has been good of late. So there's no real need for histrionics at the moment when the focus is on getting more results. And in essence, Everton's job hasn't changed. They need to win football matches. All right, maybe they need to win a few more than they did do a week or so ago. But essentially, as I say, the task in hand is to win those games to ensure that they stay in the Premier League. So from that point of view, Sean Dyche's focus hasn't shifted, and neither has the players. And they've had a meeting together, they've sat down, they've spoken about the situation, and everyone is united behind that common goal, and it is to make sure that they get performances right on the pitch. And they've faced adversity already this season, and that's probably why Sean Dyche spoke of the faith that he has in this group of players at the moment, because they started the season with just 1 point from their first 5 Premier League games, and then in the last 7 Premier League games they've taken 13 points. That had them on 14 points, but obviously now they find themselves back in the bottom 3. On top of that, though, there was the defiance that you spoke of, because Sean Dyche obviously agrees with the sentiment within the football club. He agrees with the fans as well in feeling that the punishment that has been handed out is unfair. Everyone associated with Everton Football Club accepts that they have broken the rules and they do deserve to be punished. However, it is the severity of the punishment where they've taken issue with. So Sean Dyche is obviously awaiting the outcome of the appeals process at the moment. But while that goes on, of course, he'll just focus on his job of winning football matches. But it says something about him, and you mentioned the humour he said at the end there, because he has mentioned on numerous occasions just how many challenges he's faced since becoming Everton manager. This is just the next one in a long line, but the way that it was delivered to him in the news, it's just incredible, really. He was taking a bit of a break. He was over in Dubai. He was at the Tour Championship, actually, for the DTP World Tour, and just taking it easy. And of course, the phone call came through to deliver the news that Everton have been hit with a 10-point penalty. Some relaxation for the Everton manager, but he's back on it and he's ready to face Manchester United at the weekend in Super Sunday.
Vinny, thank you very much indeed.